I recently went on a 2-week holiday to the Riviera Maya in Mexico, staying at the Bahia Principe resort. Today I'm going to tell you about our first half-day excursion, which was called a snorkeling tour. This was booked through our tour operator TUI, but you can probably book it through other places as well. The first place we went to was called Yalku Lagoon, which is seemingly privately owned as you have to go through a gift shop to get in. This is a huge lagoon, and we only snorkeled in part of it because apparently it's so big that there's a current in part of it. We were taken around by the guide for about 15 minutes and then left to do our own snorkeling in a larger area for about 15 minutes. We were provided with life jackets and these full face snorkels, which I was happy with as someone who is obsessive about hygiene, but they were difficult to breathe in at times. We then moved over to Acton Chem Park and to the first cenote, which was beautiful. You can see there was zip lining and cliff diving, which was pretty cool. It was quite busy, but it didn't feel too crowded in the water. There was also some interesting wildlife, such as a cobalt blue lobster. Afterwards, we walked for about 10 minutes to get to an underground cenote, which was a great experience. It really was very dark in there and full of rocks under the water, so you had to be very careful where you swam. I really enjoyed this 6-hour trip, although I hadn't realised what a poor swimmer I was until today. The life jackets had to be manually inflated, which I didn't realise until later on, and had I known, that would have made my day a lot more comfortable. However, it was definitely a unique experience, and I would definitely recommend that you consider it. The second excursion we did was a visit to Chichen Itza. I was in two minds about this because it was about a 2.5-hour drive away from the resort, but my partner reminded me that it's one of the 7 wonders of the world, and so I agreed that we couldn't pass up the opportunity to go there. We also booked this excursion through our tour operator TUI. It was a bit more expensive than the other excursions to Chichen Itza, but it actually had less to do. I liked this because I wasn't bothered about going snorkeling afterwards and then getting back to the hotel really late, especially given the early start. I'm definitely pleased that we did this, even though it did cost a bit more. We were picked up at about 6:30 AM, and it really was a long journey there. When we were about 20 minutes away, the guide started giving us some background about Mayan culture to provide some context, and also told us what to do and not to do, which was important given how strict the local police are. Fun fact, you can't take in any tripods or cameras which are larger than a compact camera. One man in our group brought like a traditional video camera with him, and security wouldn't let him through with it. It was incredible to see the ruins up close, and it's clear why this is one of the wonders of the world. The main tower itself has 365 steps, which is one for each day of the year, and it's positioned perfectly so that on the spring equinox, the shadows make it look like snakes are going down the steps. Again, we wouldn't have known this information without our fantastic guide, Jessica. She was brilliant. Something we didn't know beforehand is that there are market stalls selling souvenirs everywhere you go. The stall owners can be a bit odd and pushy at times, but nothing that felt wildly inappropriate. Bear in mind that there isn't much shade in Chichen Itza, so I would definitely recommend bringing an umbrella to create some semblance of shade, and make sure you cover up to avoid sunburn. After Chichen Itza, on the way back we stopped at a restaurant in a traditional hacienda in Valladolid. The food was okay, nothing special, and not ideal for vegetarians. Afterwards we had some free time to wander, and the architecture was beautiful. Unfortunately, I was hot, tired, and suffering from a cold, so I just wanted to get back to the hotel. So apologies to my partner, as I probably wasn't much fun to be around that afternoon. Overall, I would definitely recommend visiting Chichen Itza. It's incredible to see in person, and our guide was so knowledgeable about the Mayan culture and why things were the way they were and how that shaped Mexican culture today. I wasn't particularly bothered about the Valladolid visit, and I would have preferred to have gone back to the hotel earlier and had lunch there, but it was a nice touch for those who want to see what non-tourist towns look like in Mexico. These are just 2 of the excursions that we did during our 2 weeks in Mexico. I'll soon be posting more videos of the other excursions that we did, as well as a review of the hotel we stayed at, and also a video about the long haul flight with TUI. I'll put a link to a couple of the videos here, so if you want to watch those, you just need to click. You can also press my face to subscribe so you know as soon as the next videos come out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!